Okay, continuing off where we left the last one, we are going to examine the door, but not before we chuck this guy. None tongue tickly. I love how you sprint as well, man. That's good. The claw bar.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
I've got a crowbar. Old world claw bar. Quality rare. Examine the door. Love that. Womp womp. Exit the room.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy.
Okay. And down we go.
Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
What's that BB-8 noise as well? Or R2-D2 noise, more like. Double jump. Rabbit's leak. Probably didn't need to run there.
The MORKS produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Rods that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including...
Special attacks. The only way to perform a special attack. Possible special attacks are prompted in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Oh, awesome. Pressing the indicator input while it's shown will trigger your special attack.
Halfway there.
Don't know what I've done there.
Swoop.
Good wolf. And parry counter. Okay. You absorbed a bio blob. These points are used to unlock mutations. You collect bio blobs by defeating MORKS and finding containers at various places in the world. Use your bio blobs to unlock special powers at any time by accessing the mutations part of the menu. Cool. 2 bio points. Mutations. Go to Mutations tab to unlock your psi powers. So we've got resistance. Mothmouth. Use Mothmouth. It will attack their allies instead of you. It's pretty decent. Okay, he'll just be sick everywhere. Okay. Three points might. That's interesting. Let's try this one though. We've got 3, we might as well spend it.
More powers for you.
To use Verbal, press down the input you have bound the ability to make it spew toxic slash. I'm going to use square because that's the main attack. And L2 to use it. Okay. Gear wise. Guessing the arrow is what we have equipped. Unlock, yeah, Wung-Fu to dual wield. Okay. Did I get... Ah, tool. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I do that. That's good. Try that in the next battle. Okay, climb up here.
Good thing you're strong.
Nothing there. Can't do that. It's a very much a tutorial area still. Old world knowledge.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Ah. Rotation puzzle. You found a puzzle. These scattered around the world. Some open new paths, while others feature different rewards. To switch which node is selected, use L. To rotate, push L and R. Left, higher intellect, the more moves you have. Each node has a certain position it must be rotated into to complete the puzzle. Running out to moves before that may have consequences.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Wow, I nearly screwed that up.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Okay, human beings once again ruining everything. Just double check and make sure we've got everything. Game's quite generous in telling you where things are anyway.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Okay. So let's go that.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Okay.
There you go.
Wasn't so bad. Am I really going to like what's behind the door though? Out of date. Perfectly countering an enemy will stun them. A stunned enemy has stars circling above the head, and after hitting the enemy again, you can launch it up in the air by pressing L1. Yep, done that a couple of times.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out.
The wheeled one.
Made it count. That'll teach him.
Okay. Okay, parring's pretty easy to be honest. Wicked Wolf.
Slice and dice.
Come on.
That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup
The
arrives.
wheeled one. Oh yeah, I'm a wheeled
Just what you were
one.
looking for.
Got some clink. Energy pack small. And a tickling toffee. Guess I'm going to go up there eventually. A new friend, an old friend. So one of the things that drew me to this game was there looked like a lot of customizable weapons you can make and whatnot. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Out of date. What a name.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
The scar?
It's a scar you're covering under that eye patch, isn't it? But he would have recognized you anyways. You look exactly like your Muma.
Muma. Who on earth is this guy
There's
then?
no doubt you're the child, and that what Looper Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Okay, revenge story.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Yes, Unity's our clan.
The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world. Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Not a clue. Dialogue settings. By default, dialogues are set to advance from one NPC line to the next automatically. If you want to manually advance the dialogue, you can change this in the settings. Cool. Talk to best before. Way back in the long ago. Look at that. Look at that running, that's brilliant. Okay. Looks like we're not going to be able to explore too much. What on earth? Is that an Elvis impersonator?
Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Mooma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people.
Potato people.
The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life.
Just need to sit back and think that I'm talking to someone who refers to himself as the potato people whilst doing in an Elvis impression. What sort of game am I playing?
You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glittergrass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Ruffle the glittergrass. What on earth is this? Must be down here. Yep. Nearly got stuck.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's ki energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life.
What's a Pensai?
The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of the land. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
It's here. There we go.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. They're hiding in the glittergrass that mostly grows deep inside damp caves, where they draw mineral from the natural rock.
Okay, so we need to go cave
One
hunting.
day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Merge the nono with the tree. Right. Off we rampage. Okay, yep, I remember that.
Now that you've seen the nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Mooma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did... No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived.
World Eaters?
The genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse that Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into overdrive. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route.
Jumbo Puff.
Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Majut and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Porky Puff, I love that.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route. The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own. He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
I really want to do that, but we're going to do this one.
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majut, and the Googlide are almost ready to ride. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
Rod Net. Main quest completed. Another world. Pry open the door. Okay. Let's take a look at this inventory. Energy pack small. Rod net. Map wise. Yeah. Cluppy Dunes, probably where the end game is, I would guess. Fate of the world.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb.
Okay, what are we at? 26 minutes. We'll leave this one here. We will climb that rope in the next one.